Yeah, I don't know.
Ready? All right, we'll call to order here the North Canton Planning Commission meeting. It is February 7th, 2024, and it's 7 p.m. First things first, we'll do a roll call.
Mr. Dalpace,
Here?
Mr. Mahousen,
Here.
Mr. Sarah,
Present.
Mr. LePage,
Here.
Mr. Reed.
Here. All right. First thing on the agenda tonight is some administrative items, so everyone in the crowd are with us here. First item is swearing in our new planning commission member.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to come to this gentleman over here rather than to be at the podium, if you don't mind. I think it'd be more intimate to go face to face like this than through the distance. So it is an honor and pleasure for me to have this portion of our meeting for the swearing in for the Planning Commission for the city of North Canton, Ohio. It is hereby ordered that William Reed be sworn in as a member of the city of North Canton Planning Commission for the January 1, 2024 to 12/31/2028 term. So, William, please say, state your name and then repeat after me the rest.
I, William Reed.
Raise your right hand for me. There you go.
I, William Reed,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United States,
to support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Charter,
the Charter,
ordinances,
ordinances,
and resolutions
resolutions
of the city of North Canton,
of the City of North Canton,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of a member of the Planning Commission
of a member of the Planning Commission
of the city of North Canton, Ohio.
of the City of North Canton.
And this I do
And this I do,
as I shall answer unto God.
and I shall answer to God.
Thank you very much. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Thank you very
Ladies
much.
and gentlemen, a little applause would be nice. And he has a very strong construction and building background. In 1 minute or two, could you give me just a little bit of background for the audience?
I'm a superintendent for major constructors. I've been doing construction now for 37 years. Former Hoover graduate in 1987. And basically just been a carpenter my whole life.
Well,
Building stuff.
Building stuff, that's what we like to have. But thank you very much. I'll get your papers to sign right after the meeting. Okay? I do not want to hold up the process here. But again, welcome, glad to have you here. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, board. Thank you, audience.
Mr. Mayor, welcome aboard, Mr. Reed.
Thank you.
I would just like to take a minute. Mr. Reed is replacing Peter Volus. Mr. Volus was on the commission for a long time. And I just would like to state publicly that he did provide a lot of great insight, great comments, and was a great commission member for his time here. So I just wanted to make a point to that for the public record. Thank you, Mr. Volus. He's not here tonight, but a thank you from me. So next on the agenda is the election of officers. It is the beginning of the year. We didn't have a meeting last month in January, so we do need to do election of officers tonight. So the first officer would be the chairperson. So I would entertain any members for a recommendation.
I'll motion to recommend Eric Dalpace as chairman.
Second that. Gentlemen, we have a motion and a second. Could you do a roll call, please, Rana?
Mr. Sarah,
Yes.
Mr. Reed,
Yes.
Mr. Mahousen,
Yes.
Mr. LePage,
Yes.
Mr. Dalpace.
Abstain. Okay, next would be the co-chair or vice chair of the Planning Commission. At this time, I would entertain any motions from our commission members.
I would motion to nominate Mr. Tom Sarah for that position.
I would second that.
You guys really don't like me, do you?
We do have a motion and a second, so we could. Miranda, roll call, please.
Mr. LePage,
Yes.
Mr. Mahousen,
Yes.
Mr. Dalpace,
Yes.
Mr. Reed,
Yes.
Mr. Sarah.
Yes.
Okay. So next on the agenda, determining our planning commission start time for the calendar year 2024. In the past, we have had the 7 PM start time. I know previously, I believe last year, we just discussed 6 PM, but I think there was a couple issues with people making it in time for that. But I just wanted to open the floor for commission members. We can do the 6 PM time. I would entertain that. If there's any other issues, people can't make it in time, we can keep it at the 7 PM time. Any thoughts?
Administration. Certainly, we would respect whatever decision the commission would go with. But administration would have a preference for 6 PM start.
Motion that we set it at 6 PM.
Okay, we have a motion. I will second that motion. Roll call, please, Randall.
Mr. Mahousen,
Yes.
Mr. Dapes,
Yes.
Mr. Reed.
Yes.
Mr. Sarah,
Yes.
Mr. LePage.
Okay, next is establishing our 2024 calendar. Typically, we've done the first Wednesday of the month. We are planning to keep it that way. I believe there is only one conflict, and that is possibly July 4th. July 3rd is the Wednesday of July, so we would push that to July 10th. So any comments or questions from commission members on that? If not, I would entertain a motion.
Move to establish the calendar as you proposed, the first Wednesday of every month, except for July.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Brenda, roll call, please.
Mr. Dapes,
Yes.
Mr. Sarah,
Yes.
Mr. Reed,
Yes.
Mr. Mahousen,
Yes.
Mr. LePage.
Yes.
All right. Next on the agenda is our minutes for consideration. These are the, submitting the November 1st, 2023 meeting minutes for approval. I would make a motion to approve these.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Randall, roll call, please.
Mr. Mahousen,
Yes.
Mr. Dapes,
Yes.
Mr. Sarah,
Yes.
Mr. LePage,
Yes.
Mr. Reed.
I'd like to obtain these a little bit here. So next on the agenda is our public hearing portion. This item on the agenda, I will have to recuse myself from the meeting for. Mr. Sarah, I will pass it on to you to go through this agenda item and then also finish the meeting.
There you go. Start.
Lucky night. Sarah. Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, in front of us, we have a public hearing for ordinance 12-2024. Amending the zoning map of the city of North Canton to reclassify 10 parcels in the city of North Canton in accordance with the amendment procedure set forth in chapter 1182 of the Planning and Zoning Code, from the existing classifications to Main Street MS-C. Do we have someone from the city that wants to explain?
Yes, we can give it a shot. So the parcels that we're talking about run along Portage Street, which would be on the north side. And as you know, there's a school that has been constructed there on Charlotte with the back edge towards Portage. And I didn't have a pointer. City council. But yeah, so what we're talking about here is this is Portage here, north side of the street. There we see, everyone witnessed the mayor through something out. So, what we're talking about, this is where the school was built, and this was rezoned as part of the Main Street Center District. And, what is being proposed is the school has acquired ownership of these properties here. And, they need to be rezoned from, residential 50 to Main Street Center so that it ties in with what this is zoned as. Now, it's my understanding, that the school's intent is to, take this area here, which is right now green space. And if this weren't going to happen, this would end up being kind of like a play recreational area for the children, grass. But as you know, with this construction of this school, that some of the businesses over here, the library, Chase Bank, they lost parking space. So the intent is to move this way to here, overlapping this, so that this corner then can be parking that would be dedicated for the library. Am I getting my directions wrong? Mayor?
Child care centers at the top.
Up here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bank and then one.
This is about the library right about here? Yeah. This would be City Hall?
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Okay. So, but it's to take this corner and make a parking lot for it so that there will be parking that these employees could utilize, which would free up space at the library for patrons to use. And then, down here, it's possible that once this is, there's some structures on these properties that are being demolished, but this may be figuring into, we're working on a preliminary plan with the school as far as additional employee parking here, so that we can free up some of the car line that works its way through the school and exits back out into Charlotte. So we're trying to improve the traffic flow over here. And right now, a lot of employees are parking across the street in these open lots that are here, and it's making it difficult to cross. So the school is working with the city and trying to come up with something a little better. But in order to do that, we should have the zoning consistent with what the primary asset is, which is Main Street Center for the school. That's it, kind of an overshell. If you think that you represented from the school here tonight, that if I spoke out of turn, said something incorrectly, be able to jump up and point out that I hear. But I think I got it right.
Thank you, Mr. DeOrio. The representative from the school, do you want to speak?
I don't really have anything to add other than the zoning would allow us to make that all one parcel.
Please state your name.
I'm sorry, Tim Walker from North Canton City Schools. The zoning change will allow us to incorporate that all into one parcel, which would be the idea of what we would do once that zoning is changed. Just to clarify, the parking lot that would be on the corner of Bream and Portage would be an endeavor from the library. They would own that lot. There would be a lot there on that corner. But, yeah, that's about all I have. Otherwise, Mr. DeOrio shared it just fine.
Questions from the planning commission? Questions from the audience?
Does that affect any of the properties?
Wait, I'm sorry.
Please,
Oh, sorry.
Stand up and state your name, please.
Do I need to be there?
that's fine.
Okay. Ken Witalis,
Can you spell your last name?
Witalis.
Thank you.
Does that affect any of the properties on that side of the street at all that are still residential homes, like one island?
This would not affect these parcels here. If you're one of them or any of them across the street, the zoning would not change. Still an R50,
Okay, so it still would be
residential.
completely the same as it is? Okay. I just wasn't sure if this was gonna affect my place.
Any other questions from the audience? Seems like everyone understands it.
That's the
Chairman.
pointer.
Absolutely. If I may, just a few housekeeping items. There's a couple of bullet points here in the ordinance that I would like to just cover, make sure that we have. Obviously, the name and address, that's in the packet. You have that before you. The statement of the reason Mr. Diorio had covered, so we're good there. One of the items that we do need to maybe talk about a little bit more is the master plan that was addressed as part of the application as well, and particularly as the pre-application meeting that was conducted previously. But as far as the master plan, the proposed is located outside the pedestrian square, as well as the master plan calling for the reinforcement of community institutions such as school districts and library district, as well as the expansion of commercial zoning designation, which of course the proposed amendment will accomplish on that. And then I also want to point out in there that we do have a legal description that was included in the draft legislation that came to us from City Council. And with that, I'm also happy to answer any questions, should there be.
Thank you. My name is Christine Morton. I live on Hillcrest. What are your plans for traffic for the car drivers that are dropping off their kids? Because they're backed up on Hillcrest, they're backed up on Portage, they're backed up all over the place.
They are. There is a bigger plan here, and I believe Mr. Diorio is queued up to. So as far as the improvements here, we will be doing a development review as part of this. So there's a couple parts to this that the ordinance requires. This part is just addressing.
The property on Portage, yeah.
Right, this is just the ordinance. Happy to answer the question though. As far as the development review goes, that western portion, yep, right in there, those
Yeah.
parcels will, in right where it says proposed MSC, that will include an ingress driveway. So the traffic circulation will change as part of this to help. And then also what should be considered is the roundabout construction is underway. Once that is done, all of this, once it's complete, will alleviate the traffic significantly, if not 100%.
And when's that plan to be done?
The spring.
Spring?
Mhm. And then, since there's somewhere over
Oh,
here,
yeah, I'm right in there.
as you know, this street here is like one way.
Yes, it's one
into
way.
town.
Uh-huh.
But once the roundabout opens up here, then we're gonna move this back to two-way. So that when people come out of here, they can just leave. They don't have to go down Hillcrest either way, to get out of here. They can just zip right down, get on the roundabout, north, west, east on the Charlotte, but keep the traffic moving.
So that proposal, that first set of property, what issue Mr. Holder's property, is gonna be a drive for them to get into, or just
Right here.
a parking lot for the teachers? Yes.
There will be, what Mr. Van Gundy said, there will be ingress here. That people can, not be tying up the street
Right,
and get in, get out, that may take them out onto Charlotte and out.
uh-huh,
Or, if they're coming, depending on how it's designed, maybe they're coming in and out. But if they're coming out, they're gonna have to go this way and get to that roundabout, because we'll open this up to two-lane traffic.
okay.
So it should really move it
Flow
along.
better
Flow.
than what it,
Right now,
what
it's
it is
kind of
now,
crazy.
yeah. That's a mess right now. All right, thank you.
And I think it's worth noting the school has been very receptive to the concerns on the traffic and has been coordinating with the police and the fire department to help alleviate that, and also working with the engineering department as they continue the construction on the street.
If I may add too, Marty, and I know at the very beginning when the school was being considered and constructed, we spoke with the library and listened to their concerns, again, for, patron parking, let alone employee parking. And I'm just happy that we have come to a moment at this stage where the two have cooperated and collaborated to provide some public parking on that corner as was indicated, so that we can accommodate the overflow parking for the library and the child care center. And I'm just very thankful and appreciative of our community to understand that, especially the residents who are living on Hillcrest and Portage. You've been very patient with the opening of the school and the traffic, but I think going forward, what's been presented tonight will be a plus, for the community and for our school and our library and the bank over there and the realtor and our child care center. So it's just been a process in progress. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I might add, it sounds like it might be of interest. I have been coordinating with Ms. Melanie Roll, and I have offered, when we do get those development plans, I will be calling Ms. Roll for review on that to report back to the community, and I will be sure to follow up as promised.
Okay, appears that there's no other questions. So what does the planning commission want to do?
I would motion to approve. I think it's a really well thought out plan, strategic move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second, roll call.
Mr. LePage?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Mahousen?
Yes.
Mr. Sarah?
Yes. All right. I'm off the hook now.
I was gonna say, let's not tell Eric.
To adjourn though.
Oh, he's not coming back.
Oh, he's not?
Yeah, you're not quite.
Gee. Okay, so I hear we don't have any other business, right?
We don't unless we have other business.
Is there anyone? Okay, no other business. I have a motion to adjourn. Move to adjourn. Thank you. Second? Okay, we're done. Thank you, everyone.